Hello, Instagram world. Hello, YouTubers. And for those of you who have started your watch party, I'm hoping. Welcome to another live. Today is the 12th of the 12th, 2021. I don't know if that number means anything, but it kind of sounds like it means something. 12th of the 12th, 21. So you have 1 2 1 2, then 2 1. I don't know for the persons who buy those numbers for those winnings if that will help. But it means also that we are at the center of the month, basically. Well, the 15th, but you get the gist that the year is done, guys. It is done. Finito. We are almost at the end of 2021, and some of us are still probably wondering where the time went in terms of what we have achieved, what we still want to achieve. And there is still time to achieve what you want to achieve depending on what it is that you had set the goal to be. Thank you for joining in the Martin Matthews Project. Of course, I'll be joining you at 5:30. Interesting topic this evening. Now, guys, you want to make sure that you're doing your checkups on a weekly basis, monthly, and certainly at the end of the year. I want to welcome those of you who are on Instagram. If you want to jump on over on YouTube, where I'm at the Iconic Advisor channel, you can post your comments there. You can post them here too, but you know how it is in terms of multitasking. Don't want to leave anybody out. But I notice when I log on here that persons tend to know that I'm live on YouTube. Of course, you can watch the videos over and over. And I want to thank those who have subscribed to the YouTube channel. Appreciate it very much. Go ahead, continue to share with your family and your friends, and also to hit the notification bell so whenever it is, a video is uploaded or whenever it is that I go live, that you'll be the first to know. Now, when I'm alone, as usual, it lasts about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's just some updates. Of course, I have the opportunity this Monday, which is tomorrow, the 13th of December, to be doing a talk on Pennywise. That's Jamaican. Oh, Lord. I have it in a guys, but I soon tell you what it is. But basically, a discussion in terms of spending and budgeting as it relates to the season on Love 101, of course, on their YouTube channel, Facebook, and I think it will be live on the radio too. So that's 5:30 to 6:30. It's a popular family show, of course, and I will be their guest tomorrow at 5:30. So if you want to jump on there, you can also jump on there. Of course, I'll be having some tips for you. So I'm just gathering the information here so I can just give you the details. So it is going to be it's family time, Pennywise not pound foolish, and it's 5:30 p.m. as was said before. The host will be Teresa Benjamin, and of course yours truly will be the special guest. So you want to jump on there and support that, and also to throw in your questions, your suggestions, your posts, how it is that you budget. If you have any ideas, you can go ahead and post it. Now, I have just a few tips for you today in terms of the holidays. Again, the holiday season brings a mix that is of joy and anxiety as everyone tries to figure out how to keep their loved ones happy and to treat themselves while avoiding overspending and death in 2022. So I encourage that you create that holiday budget, and that could have started as late as October. Ideally, you want to plan ahead in terms of the year, but sometimes it's not practical to be planning from January or February, even March or even April. But October to me is a comfortable spot or comfortable time of the year to start planning that budget. If it is that you plan to do any spending during this season, and we notice that during from October downwards, that is when you see all the sales coming in, all the promotions in terms of paying back in 2022, etc., etc. And we have to make sure, so if it is something that we really don't need, that we're not going to be spending in that area, because some of us are fridge Refrigerators are in good running order. The outside still good. There's no rust. It is cooling. It is still making ice. It's still crushing ice. Still working. But because there's this deal or there's this new model, we have to get it and then put ourselves in debt in 2022. So you want to make sure 1 million off on these cars in good running order, but I have to tap in on this deal. And based on my experience, guys, even for 2021, still pulling myself out of some debts that were created from 2018, that the unction that I'm having and the desire that I'm having right now is to spend. Thank you for joining. Hey, look, it's Jaden. You want to make sure that you are not, drawn into this to get a new car or to take on another loan because I'm out of a loan, or you clear the credit card and you decide that you want another credit card, or you're going to start using the credit card. Sometimes you need to give yourself a loan, like a break, a day off, a vacation. You want to feel that freedom of not receiving telephone calls or receiving a mail or a threat to come and take this or to shut down that or whatever it is. You want to make sure that you give yourself that space, that time to heal, to breathe, to refocus and to restructure how you're going to move forward financially. Because I'm telling you, it's tempting. I'm not telling you anything that I've never experienced. And based on my portfolio as a financial advisor, yes, I have gone into debts. Yes, I have had outstanding loans. Yes, I had to pay interest. Yes, my credit card rack up. And the reason I am telling you this stuff is to prevent you from making the same mistake. And if you have, you can change the pattern. Now, according to at least one senior banking executive, and you can check out some information also in today's Observer, the key to happiness is having a stress-free holiday. And you want to make sure that you prepare a budget and stick to it, as was discussed last week. A budget will give you a realistic overview of what is possible and how you can also reduce this overspending. The budget should include, but not limited to, spend on, of course, groceries, gifts, personal items, entertainment, and if it is that you're traveling. Hi, Sherian, welcome. All of this should also be done within the context of your regular financial commitments, such as your loans, your utility bills, your insurance, your investments. So it must be included. It should not be anything that we're going to derail everything else to make sure that I buy the fanciest or the best gift or have the best outfit at the staff party or whatever. Most of them is Zoom, guys. Look here now, ladies, me I telling you, the things that you have in the closet that you wore 3 years ago or even 2 years ago, nobody remember, So please wear them this year. If it is that you have to tweak something on it, if you want it to look different, change the belt, change that dress into a skirt, whatever it is, we can improvise. We got talent than spending all those monies on those outfits and then we're not going to wear them again or for another year. It is best. Oftentimes, we have seen instances in which persons go on a spending spree, and after the holidays, they realize that they're coming short in terms of covering some critical responsibilities or obligations. And of course, persons, retail banking, those persons from those banks, don't want to mention any particular name, are noticing these trends. It is best to look at the expense due at the end of December and January. New Year expenses might include school fees. For me, I was thinking about that all week because I don't know if some of you recall when it is that you were doing CXC. For me, it was, and some of you CSEC, depending on the year you were born. Thank you for joining K Royalty _ Fruitful Vine. Thank you for joining in. And when I was doing CXC, I am sure I was doing 8 subjects at the time that it cost about between $3,000 and $5,000 for all of them. And that was a lot, or maybe less, but I know it was still a lot. And my first son is 15 years old doing math in 4th form. And I paid $10,160 for the one subject. And I'm thinking also that, was it this time of the year that we pay for subjects to do them next year? I don't recall. may have a feeling that would have been paying in the new year, but anywho, I had to pay. Hi, Maxwell. Thanks for joining in. Maxwell underscore Prince Ministry. And I was thinking, after all of this spending during this season, December, buying up all of this furniture and buying up all of these clothes and all of these gifts, and sometimes you buy these expensive gifts and you don't get back any. Yes, it is in the spirit of giving, but remember, it's your budget that you're busting. So you have to plan. No, you're going to be looking at if there's children's school fee, whether it is you're paying per term, and then you're also looking at persons who will be doing sitting exams, external exams. So it's crazy. You have to factor in the 2 months, which is December and January, while spending in December, so you don't end up broke in January. So let me see where I was at. So basically, expenses might include school fee or other one-time annual expenses. And of course, most insurance, well, my car insurance due in June, but some persons have them home insurance, car insurance. And if it is that you're paying annual for your personal insurance, your life insurance, or investments, then of course you know that you're going to be facing some expenses coming January. I made sure that my car notes that they're not due at the beginning of any year. As I said, June, fitness, insurance, and the disc is about May thereabout. So I don't have to think about those. If I buy in tires, I buy it this year. Maybe I want to get it for this year based on tax returns. But servicing a car, not January, somewhere down in April and May. So you don't face all of those expenses all at once. Of course, you want to, once those are factored in, it's time to work out how much of the remaining money can be spent on gifts. So, number one, you should not be making gifts the main budget. Of course, we want to give meaningful gifts. And based on the live last week, I said it doesn't make sense to go on a shopping spree. Find out what is it that your family and friends would like this year. You may not be able to purchase it, but you have an idea of their list. That if they got a blender last year, they don't need a blender this year. If they got a knife set last year, they don't need. So you want to make sure that you're not buying the same gifts, which would be wasting money on your part. Of course, you want to place emphasis, should be placed on setting the priorities right, and try to avoid feeling pressured, even by your children or close family, into spending more than what you can really afford. And I have those discussions with my sons because, of course, they're children and they like what they like. For some reason, I hated Fortnite from 2018. I think Fortnite is an invasion. They want these V-Bucks, they want to buy skin, they want to this, they want to that. And I'm saying to them, our focus is going to be on this item this year. And if it is that we purchased this item last year, we're not going to be purchasing this item. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to upgrade every year. So you have to set the priorities. You also have to teach your children in terms of spending, have the discussion, and give them the reality. Don't give them this false sense of we have money, can buy anything anytime. But also, my children are high achievers and they're rewarded. But when it comes to this time of the year, I try to, yes, you want gifts, but what is it that you really want this year? And the focus is on that gift. So I am not going to be going on a spending spree. I need to get this, I need to get that. The focus is on what is it that you really want this year? And that is going to be it, because mommy has to budget. No, happy birthday. Wow, happy birthday, Maxwell underscore Sprint. So you're getting some good info on your birthday. Now, it is best to look at the expense due at the end of December and January, as I said before. So you're going to be having that list. So your income for both months, and I had shared with persons on previous lives that I have a spreadsheet that factors in all streams of income, your expenses. So it calculates the taxes based on those who are in Jamaica. We can do the adjustment for those who are living overseas. So you know where your money is going. You want to know how much money coming in, how much is going out, where it is going, what is your deficit if there's any, and what is your surplus. And the surplus is what it is very important to know how much of that you're going to invest, etc. Insurance, everything is factored in. And if there's a deficit, you have a negative, you're spending more than you're earning, then we see on that spreadsheet where we can do some adjustments so you are able to be saving more and keeping more of what you're earning. Start planning early, as I said before, in the month of October. And of course, if you plan to purchase gifts or do home renovation in time for Christmas, it is advised that you start planning for them in advance. So you start having the conversation. You decide, like for me, there's a specific color that I want paint, and they had a special a few months ago, and I bought it before now. So if I decide to paint, I can paint. If not, I can do it in a few months' time. And I realize sometimes, guys, if for me, I put my pressure on myself to do this, to do that. If it is something that needs to be done and you have the money to do it, do it. But don't get yourself in unnecessary spending because it is Christmas. Don't get yourself in unnecessary spending because my neighbors are doing it. Don't get yourself in unnecessary spending because you get the bonus. That bonus that you get, guys, is what I need to have the discussion with you about. What are you going to be doing with that bonus? Where are you going to be investing it? Because you never had it January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You have it now. You don't have to spend it because the stove, as I said, running before. The fridge is fine. You don't need a new car. You don't need new clothes. What are you going to be doing with that money? I had a conversation with a young lady 2 weeks ago. She's a new client now. And she changed job. And this is serious, guys. I did 4 gentlemen in the month of October. And then this young lady called me about it. Another gentleman called me too. And did you know that if you're receiving your pension from your current job and you decide to leave, or there's a winding up of the superannuation fund, that it is portable? Portable meaning that you can transfer the funds to the new company that you're going to be working with, so your contributions can continue, or you can put it in a ARS, which is a approved retirement scheme. So you are contributing to the fund, and it can also still be done if the company will allow you to do it via salary deduction, which is tax deferred. So if it is that you now decide that I'm leaving the company, but I want it in my bank account, you're going to be losing 25% of that amount in taxes. When I told the young lady, she said, oh my gosh, based on the amount of money where she lose, she wasn't aware. And sometimes the companies are not informing them because them ask for it. The companies assume probably that's what they want, or they know what the penalties are. They don't necessarily tell you. Now, you want to make sure that it doesn't go into your bank account, because that is no longer pension. That is a lump sum of money that you have in your bank account that tax has already been drawn from. Now, since she has done that, the house needed repair, father took sick, money is just coming out of the account. And in order to stop the bleeding, she's going to have to just put it in some investment and then probably start a new pension with the new company, so funds can be going to that. You want to make sure that you're aware, that you're speaking to a financial advisor if you're changing job. If it is that you want to speak about your insurance, group insurance, can I still keep the insurance? How do I keep it? You want to have those discussions. Don't just make those decisions on your own when we are trained to recommend and to advise you how to move forward. Thank you for joining, Dino. Now, of course, guys, the student companion for those of you who have children is extended to the end of this month. That is health insurance for students who are registered under MOE. So once school is registered, they can get the health insurance package. And it's not that insurance that you guys are used to, that if it's only injury. This one covers doctor's visits, what you call them now, diagnostics tests, your labs, your MRIs, your x-rays, dental and optical. They can visit, did I say doctor's visit already? Hospital, yes. Surgery, all of that is included. Immunization, all of that is included on the card. So the highest value cost is $13,458. Let's say $13,500, and that's per year. Now it runs with the school year, so September to August. Next year you can decide, I love this package, I want it again. No medical required. So you want to jump on that. The lowest I think is 6,800. I love the 13,000 package because the dental combined is $12,000 instead of $5,000. So you want to jump on those offers or tell your friends, your family, whoever it is that this package. And I do encourage a person, suppose it is that, for example, you wanted to get it for yourself, but when you add your children or your significant other, the monthly expenses is a little exorbitant. The school companion is a good option for persons to, do that option, and then you can take out for yourself and your spouse to pay a little less for a year. The Agricare for the farmers and fisher folks closed for this year, so you guys want to look out for next year when it reopens. And of course, I want to wish everybody an awesome afternoon and to thank those of you who have joined today. Again, to jump onto the YouTube channel, the Iconic Advisor page, and subscribe to the channel. Many videos there on financial planning, budgeting, critical illness coverage insurance. And for those of you who are still wondering who I am, I'm Shirley Clark, financial advisor with the Big Bad Company, of course, licensed with the Financial Services Commission right here in the beautiful island of Jamaica. What I am licensed to do is life insurance, health insurance, critical illness coverage insurance, your pension, which is your retirement fund, and of course, some aspect of investment. I want to have those discussions with you in terms of your goals and your dreams, how you're going to achieve them, the tools to achieve them, and of course, making the recommendation and get you started. It is never too late to get started, or money is never too late to start. It's about getting started, getting the rhythm of it, and building that financial portfolio that is going to give you that stability, that is going to create that capital, that is going to create generational wealth. Thank you once again for joining me this and every Sunday. Everybody, remember to stay safe, stay focused, and to stay strong. Observe the protocols, the washing of the hands, the wearing of the mask, and watching the distance. Those of you who have taken the vaccine, kudos to you. Those who have not, kudos to you. Simply believing it's a choice. What would everybody enjoy the rest of your afternoon? I so do intend to. Bye.